hasty decision is an alternative choice made too quickly, without enough thought, care, or time to look at the facts. These choices often lead to mistakes or regret. Other common names for it include a snap judgment, a rash choice, or a knee-jerk reaction. Why it happens? Strong feelings, anger, fear, or excitement can push you to act before you think. Time pressure. Feeling like you must choose right now creates panic. Missing facts. Acting on what you see first without checking. Done in a rush, which means made under pressure or fast movement without being carefully chosen as the best. Hasty decisions are indicated by acting on strong feelings like anger or panic, skipping key facts or advice, and picking the first option you see. This impulsive behavior can lead to regrettable actions taken in the heat of the moment, which impact relationships, overall well-being, personal connections, life satisfaction, daily happiness, emotional health, and how we bond. Recognizing the signs of emotional impulsivity. Impulsivity, also called impulsiveness, means acting on sudden feelings or desires without thinking about the results. Impulsivity describes a lack of self-control, where a person gives into a quick urge. Some people have difficulty controlling their reactions, and they may get frequent mood swings because of their wavering mind. It is very important to adopt strategies to manage these feelings and psychological issues effectively. Hasty decisions often lead to mistakes, missed opportunities, and negative outcomes in personal, professional, and social contexts. Hasty decisions are typically driven by the brain's fast, emotional, and intuitive system, which reacts quickly under stress, fatigue, or strong emotions, bypassing the slower, analytical system that evaluates options carefully. While this system can be useful in emergencies, it often results in illogical or suboptimal choices when applied to complex or unfamiliar situations. Cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias or the sunk cost fallacy, can further distort judgment, leading to impulsive actions, personal and social consequences. Rush decisions can affect relationships and personal well-being. For example, jumping into or ending relationships without proper consideration can cause heartbreak, regret, or loss of meaningful connections. Emotion-driven choices may also increase stress and anxiety, as individuals later confront the consequences of their impulsive actions. Financial and career impacts. Hasty decisions can have significant financial repercussions, such as overspending, poor investments, or debt due to insufficient research. In the workplace, impulsive choices like accepting a job offer without understanding responsibilities or quitting without a backup plan can lead to career instability, dissatisfaction, or missed opportunities. Organizational and team effects. In management or team settings, hasty decisions can erode trust, lower morale, and disrupt operations. Ignoring team input or failing to align decisions with strategic goals may result in inefficiencies, wasted resources, and decreased productivity. Over time, this can harm both team cohesion and organizational success. Mitigating the risks. To reduce the negative effects of hasty decisions, it is important to pause, gather information, and consider alternatives. Awareness of emotional triggers, cognitive biases, and situational pressures can help individuals engage the slower, rational decision-making system. Techniques such as mindfulness, structured decision frameworks, and consulting others can improve decision quality and long-term outcomes. While hasty decisions are sometimes unavoidable, consistently acting without deliberation can lead to psychological stress, relationship issues, financial loss, career setbacks, and organizational inefficiencies. Developing strategies to slow down and evaluate choices carefully is key to minimizing these risks. Avoiding hasty decisions is the key to long-term prosperity. Environmental triggers. Our surroundings can also have a significant impact on our decision-making processes. For example, if we are in a noisy or chaotic environment, we may find it hard to focus and make well-informed decisions. Similarly, If we are surrounded by people who are pressuring us to make a particular choice, we may feel compelled to follow their lead without fully considering our own preferences. Let me tell you how to avoid making hasty decisions. Take a step back. When you feel yourself getting overwhelmed or emotional, take a break and step away from the situation. This will give you time to calm down and approach the decision with a clear mind. Gather information. Make sure you have all the relevant facts and figures before making a decision. Do your research, consult experts, and gather input from others who may have more experience in the matter. Assess your biases. Be aware of your own cognitive biases and how they may be influencing your decision-making process. Take steps to counteract them by seeking out alternative viewpoints and challenging your own assumptions. By understanding the triggers that can lead us to make hasty decisions and taking steps to avoid them, we can make better informed choices that will lead to long-term prosperity and success. Impulse buying is a common problem that many people face. Whether it's buying that trendy new outfit or the latest gadget, it's easy to be caught up in the moment and make hasty decisions that we later regret. However, resisting temptation and making better choices can be easier than you might think. There are many ways to avoid impulse buying, and taking the time to consider your options can help you make better decisions in the long run. Make a list. One of the most effective ways to resist impulse buying is to make a list before going shopping. This will help you stay focused and avoid getting distracted by items that you don't need. Stick to the list and avoid straying from it. Wait before making a purchase. If you find yourself tempted by an item, take a step back and wait before making a purchase. This will give you time to consider whether or not you really need the item and if it fits into your budget. Consider the real cost. Impulse buying can lead to overspending, which can have long-term consequences for your finances. Take a moment to consider the real cost of the item you're considering buying. Is it worth the price tag? Could that money be better spent elsewhere? Avoid shopping when you're emotional. Shopping can be a way to cope with emotions, but it's not a healthy habit. Avoid shopping when you're feeling emotional, as you may be more likely to make impulse purchases. Think about the long term. Impulse buying can provide short-term satisfaction, but it's not a sustainable way to live. Think about the long-term effects of your purchases and how they will impact your life in the future. For example, if you're considering buying a new car, think about the long-term costs of ownership, such as maintenance and fuel expenses. Is it worth it in the long run? These are all important questions to ask yourself before making a purchase. By taking the time to consider your options and avoiding hasty decisions, you can make better choices and achieve long-term prosperity. Making hasty decisions often leads to negative consequences like regret, damaged relationships, and financial losses because you act on temporary emotions or miss critical information. Instead of weighing long-term outcomes, stress limits your focus, pushing you to jump to conclusions. Specific things that can happen when you decide hastily include overlooking essential details. Without time for due diligence, you miss warning signs that could prevent mistakes. Ignoring core goals. You might sacrifice your long-term vision for a quick short-term result. Regret and self-blame. Choices made impulsively often lead to buyer's remorse or wishing you had paused to think things through. Wasted resources. In professional or personal settings, rushed choices can disrupt workflow or waste money, resulting in inefficiency. To avoid impulsive traps, it helps to slow down using practical methods. Apply the 10th October 2010 rule. Ask yourself how you will feel about the choice in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years. Set a strict timeline. Limit endless pondering by enforcing a short decision boundary, example, waiting 24 hours. Consult others. Speak with trusted peers or mentors to get an outside perspective before taking action. Taking hasty decisions often leads to irreversible consequences, including severe financial losses, damaged relationships, and intense regret. Driven by emotions or stress, impulsive choices bypass long-term planning. This can result in missed opportunities, career setbacks, and a loss of personal credibility. The ripple effects of rushing through life choices can be broken down into these primary areas. Financial setbacks. Acting on impulse whether through panic selling assets, overspending, or falling for quick money schemes, frequently leads to unrecoverable debt and long-term economic hardship. Damaged relationships. Speaking or acting without thinking during arguments can cause deep, sometimes permanent, fractures in personal and professional relationships. Increased stress and regret. Impulsive choices often create a cycle of anxiety. When the initial emotional high fades, the reality of the mistake sets in, leading to a lingering sense of guilt, stagnation, and lost opportunities. Focusing on quick fixes rather than strategic goals limits future growth and prevents you from building a solid foundation for success. It was rightly quoted by Winston Churchill, "Hasty work and premature decisions may lead to penalties out of all proportion to the issues immediately involved." Never make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. So, don't make hasty decisions that you'll regret later in your life. If you are a reckless, lazy man, you may make hasty decisions. If your behavior is an example of an idiosyncrasy, having weird, quirky, or unusual habits and traits that belong to just one person or thing, you might make hasty decisions and worry about them later. Therefore, you can behave normally and, if possible, socialize properly and nicely with others. Hasty decisions are often called bad decisions because they lack proper reflection, leading to missed facts, emotional choices, and unforeseen negative consequences. Why hasty decisions fail? Missing information. Rushing means you do not gather all the necessary facts or data. High emotion. Quick choices are usually driven by sudden anger, fear, or excitement rather than logic. Ignored consequences. People in a rush fail to think about how their choice will affect the future. A snap decision is a fast choice made under strict time limits, while a hasty decision is a reckless choice made too quickly when time actually allowed for more thought. Snap decisions. Driven by necessity, made instantly because a situation demands an immediate response. Context. Often used in fast-moving events, games, or sudden emergencies. Tone. Neutral or positive. Acknowledges that hesitation is not an option. Hasty decisions. Driven by impatience, made too fast out of carelessness or anger, even though there was time to pause. Context often leads to regret or mistakes because the person skipped obvious steps. Tone, negative, implies poor planning and a lack of caution. To stop making hasty decisions, use a pause rule, separate your emotions, and write down the facts. Most quick choices happen when you feel rushed, angry, or overly excited. Slow down and add friction. Use a 24-hour rule. Wait a full day before you buy something or say yes to a big request. Step away. Take a walk or sit in a quiet room for 10 minutes to calm your mind. Add physical barriers. Make bad or fast choices harder to do by changing your setup. What are you willing to give up in each moment for something else? What is worth giving up in each moment for something else? What is the something else worth pursuing? These questions are at the core of what we all struggle with. If everything is a trade-off, then a good life means making good trades. It means getting a lot of benefits for whatever costs we incur. A good decision is risking a little for the opportunity to gain a lot. Similarly, a bad decision is risking a lot for the opportunity to gain little. Good decisions include striking up a conversation with someone you find interesting or attractive, spending 30 minutes every day for physical exercises, spending 15 minutes every day for meditation. Bad decisions include driving unsafely, lying and pretending to be someone you're not to make people like you, acting in a dishonest way, getting drunk, smoking too much of cigarettes, spending too much of money ridiculously, eating too much of unhealthy foods such as sodas, potato chips, and donuts. These items lack essential vitamins, fiber, and nutrients, often leading to weight gain, fatigue, and long-term health risks when eaten often. Patience is essential for meeting new people, having nice, friendly conversations in a peaceful environment, and building rapport effectively and efficiently. Similarly, we need to patiently think about important things before making major decisions in life. And it is better to stop making bad, hasty decisions that lead to problems. People having patience will not make hasty decisions. Patience is necessary to avoid bad choices because it stops us from acting on strong emotions, gives us time to find hidden facts, and shifts our focus from quick rewards to long-term goals. Controlling emotions calms anger. When you are mad or upset, your brain wants to fight or run. Waiting helps your feelings cool down so you can think. Stops panic. Fear makes you rush into a choice just to feel safe right now. Patience lets you stay steady instead of scared. Lower stress. Rushing creates a lot of pressure. Taking a deep breath helps you stay peaceful and clear-headed. Hasty decisions cost you later because they trigger hidden long-term penalties, missed vital details, high emotional regret, and expensive corrective work. The hidden costs of rushing. Moving too fast stops you from seeing the truth and important details you need to know. Easy mistakes made by not paying attention. Small problems turn into huge trouble later. Snap choices mean quick decisions made without thinking. Emotional drivers are feelings like anger or panic that push you to act fast. These choices fix a bad feeling right now, but they ignore what is smart or safe for later. How emotional choices work: fast action. You decide right away. Bad feelings, anger or panic make you do it. No planning. You forget what makes sense for the future. Quick relief. It only helps your mood for a short time. Doing things right the first time saves you time, money, and stress compared to fixing a fast, messy job later. Key ideas include doing it right and fixing mistakes. Why rushed work fails. More time. Fixing old errors takes longer than starting fresh with care. Higher cost. Buying new parts or paying twice to fix a mess costs extra money. High stress. Rushing creates worry and panic when things break down later. How to do it right. Slow down. Take your time to plan each step carefully. Check work. Look for small errors before finishing the job. Use care. Put in full effort so you do not have to do it twice. If you patiently and consistently save your salary with strong determination until you gather a net amount of 50,000 rupees and then hastily spend that savings on luxury products and vacations, your savings will decrease. This harms your financial stability, making you dependent on others and diminishing their respect and trust. Therefore, it is best to avoid hasty decisions in life. Rushing into a home loan leads to higher interest rates, hidden fees, and legal troubles. Buyers often face missed loan comparisons and unverified property titles. Financial risks, higher costs. Skipping lender comparisons means missing out on lower interest rates and cheaper processing fees. Budget strain, borrowing the maximum limit without planning for extra expenses like registration, stamp duty, and maintenance causes severe money stress. Credit score drops, making fast. Multiple loan applications triggers hard credit inquiries that lower your score. Legal and property issues. Unclear titles. Relying only on bank checks without independent legal verification can leave you with disputed or illegal property. Delayed possession. Rushing into builder projects without checking approval history or RER status risks long delays. Hasty enrollment in a costly school leads to severe financial debt, mismatched career preparation, and immense emotional stress. The key risks include overwhelming student loans, lack of genuine interest in the program, and wasted time. Financial and career risks, massive debt, taking on high tuition costs without a solid repayment plan, low return, paying for a program that may not boost your income or job prospects, wrong fit, realizing the career path does not match your true skills or goals, time and stress challenges, burnout, feeling pressured to finish a hard program you did not research well, Wasted months, losing time you could have used to test cheaper or better options. Regret, feeling stuck with high bills and a certificate you do not value. Applying for a job too fast when it is not a good fit can lead to three main problems: work stress, wasted time, and career delay. You will likely feel unhappy at work, miss other better choices, and need to search for a new job again very soon. Job stress and burnout, high daily stress from hard tasks, bad fit with the team or boss, low joy or pride in your work, poor health due to long worry, wasted time and money, lost or spent on bad tasks, cost of travel for a poor role, less time to find a real good job, need to quit and start over soon. Career delay, short work stays on your resume, hard to explain quick job changes, slower growth in your main skill path, lost chance at a better career step. People who make hasty decisions are typically impulsive, impatient, or highly stressed. They tend to act on quick feelings rather than taking time to think. Key traits of hasty decision makers: impulsive, they act fast without looking at the future results. Impatient, they want things done right now and hate to wait. Stressed or tired, when the brain is tired or under pressure, it looks for the fastest way out. Over emotional, strong feelings take over, hiding clear and logical thought. Common thinking habits, jumping to conclusions. They use very little information to form a final choice. Seeking quick rewards, they want a small good thing now instead of a bigger good thing later. Ignoring risks, they assume bad things will not happen to them. Hasty decisions stop career progress by causing missed opportunities, damaged working relationships, and repeated mistakes. Key problems include poor judgment, loss of trust, and wasted time, missed opportunities and setbacks. Wrong paths, choosing a job or project too fast leads to bad fits and lost time. Loss of focus, reacting with panic breaks your long-term plan. Wasted energy, fixing quick mistakes takes time away from real goals. Damaged professional trust, lost respect. Quick, careless choices make bosses and teams doubt your skill. Weak networks, reacting with anger or rushing a deal ruins good work ties. Bad reputation, people stop giving you big tasks if you act without thought. Hasty marriage decisions can deeply harm a person's life by causing constant emotional stress, frequent arguments, and a higher chance of divorce. Rushing into a lifelong commitment without truly knowing a partner often brings hidden character flaws and mismatched values to the surface. Emotional and mental health. Chronic stress, living with an incompatible partner, keeps the body in a constant state of tension. Deep regret. Realizing you married the wrong person leads to sadness and lost time. Mental fatigue. Daily fighting drains your joy and makes home feel unsafe. Social and financial strain. Money troubles. Rushing past practical talks about money causes severe debt and arguments. Broken families. Quick splits are hard on children and family ties. Social isolation. Strained relationships can pull you away from friends and support networks. It is wise to make decisions deliberately rather than hastily. Deciding deliberately means making choices with clear intent, focus, and careful thought. To build a deliberate decision-making process, focus on three key steps: defining the core goal, weighing your options with a structured framework, and testing your choice before acting. Most users on Quora agree that effective decision-making combines clear frameworks, disciplined processes, and attention to personal biases. Define and clarify. State the exact problem or choice in one clear sentence. Identify your core values and long-term goals so your choice matches what matters most. Set a realistic time limit to avoid overthinking or delaying action. Weigh options and reduce bias. List a few realistic alternatives instead of feeling trapped by just choices. Use a simple pros and cons list or a matrix to score each option using facts. Look out for emotional reactions or rushed fears that might skew your judgment. Test and commit. Run a quick mental check or premortem to see how the choice might fail. Pick the path that best aligns with your goals and take a clear, purposeful first step. Therefore, everyone, please stop making hasty decisions that can lead to negative situations and consequences. I sincerely hope this video helps you avoid making hasty decisions in your life. Thank you all. Take care.